Studying without stress. Like she did every year, Tarani's and Veer's grandmother, Dadi, who lived in the hills, came to spend the winter months with them. She often told the children how much she loved the hills, but her old bones, as she put it, couldn't take the bitter cold anymore. And so she came down to the plains to escape the winter chill. Of course, with the added advantage of the chance to bond with her dearest grandchildren. Her grandchildren, in turn, were always excited to have Dadi visit them. Tarani loved her peaceful presence in the house, and Veer basked in the pampering and love that she constantly and unconditionally showered on him. After dinner, everyone gathered as always in the family room to relax and converse about the day's events. At one point, Mom put a loving hand on Tarani's head, who was sitting on the carpet by her feet. "Happy to see you relaxing for a change, Taru." "Why? Do you not relax enough?" Dadi asked, quickly picking up the cue. Before Tarani could reply, Veer said, "She's preparing for the class 10th board exams. That's why." "But why should the board exams rob you of relaxation?" Dadi asked, sounding puzzled. "Because it is stressful, Dadi," Tarani whined. "What is?" Dadi questioned with mock innocence. "I'll explain," Veer again piped up without waiting for Tarani to respond. "You see, Dadi, Taru tops her class every year, and she doesn't want to break that record. That's why she gets so stressed. Am I right, Taru?" Tarani made a face at him and said sarcastically, "Very clever." "But why should it be stressful?" Dadi persisted. "Oh, it's just that there is a lot of pressure, Dadi," Tarani tried to explain. "Pressure? From what? For what?" Dadi asked, keeping up the facade of ignorance. "Well, there are expectations, and I don't want to fall short," Tarani replied cautiously. "Whose expectations? Your parents?" Mom, Dad, and Veer exchanged amused glances, enjoying the tete-a-tete between Tarani and Dadi. "Everyone's. Parents, teachers, friends, my own. Do they all compel you to always top the class?" "No, not exactly. But there is an unspoken expectation. At least that's what I feel," Tarani ended lamely. Realizing that Tarani was beginning to feel uncomfortable, Dadi smiled and softened her voice. "All right, Taru dear, would you mind playing along with me for a minute? Just answer as best as you can what I'm going to ask you now, okay?" "Okay," Tarani agreed, wondering what Dadi had up her sleeve. Mom, Dad, and Veer also sat up attentively, curious to know what Dadi would say. "Now think carefully before you answer," Dadi began. "Imagine and tell me what would happen if you did not top your class." Dadi paused briefly for Tarani's mental wheels to start churning, then prodded. "Will your parents stop loving you?" "No, of course not," Tarani chuckled. "Your teachers? Will they stop teaching you or expel you from class?" "No." Now Veer laughed too. "And your friends? Will they stop being friends with you?" Tarani giggled, shaking her head. "Then what is it that stresses you so?" Dadi feigned bewilderment. "Oh, Dadi, you don't understand. If I don't get good marks, I won't get into the college of my choice. Then what will I do? I have some goals that I want to achieve in life," Tarani wailed. "Ah, so achieving your goals depend on getting marks in the exams." "Right." Tarani looked relieved that Dadi finally understood her predicament. "And what do good marks depend on?" Dadi continued her line of questioning. "Studying well, of course." "Under high levels of stress?" Dadi teased. "No." Tarani laughed, as did Veer, while Mom and Dad looked on with interest. "Okay, now seriously. Do you study better when you're stressed or relaxed?" "Definitely when relaxed." "Why?" "Because I can concentrate better." "And when you're concentrating on studying, are you stressed then?" Tarini reflected momentarily. No, not when I'm concentrating. I don't think of anything else then. So when does stress creep in? When I think about the results, Tarini scowled. And the results are in the future, not here yet, right? What you have now is only this moment, the present. What happens in the future will depend on what you do now, isn't it? Yes, it is. And as you said earlier, when you're actually focused on studies, you are not stressing about the future, correct? Correct. Now, my dear, do you see how you might train yourself to remove stress completely by focusing only on what you're doing in this moment? You create stress for yourself when you think fearfully about the future, not otherwise. If you study with all your heart and mind now, the future will take care of itself. Does that make sense? Tarini nodded. Moreover, your thoughts and feelings are connected. Your stressful feelings are created by stressful thoughts. They are? Veer interrupted, his eyes wide with wonder. Sure, think an unhappy negative thought, such as what a horrible, dreadful day, and notice how you feel. Chances are that as soon as you think those words, images of a horrible day form in your mind, and you immediately start to feel bad. On the other hand, if you think, what a glorious, happy day, you feel happy and glorious. Really? Can I feel happy just by thinking happy thoughts? Veer asked incredulously. Yeah, it is as simple as that. Dadi chuckled. Positive thoughts generate positive feelings and vice versa. It is your thoughts that create your reality. So be very careful with what you think. Choose the words in your head carefully. Don't think or say things like, what if I don't do well? Instead, repeat affirmations like all is well. The exams are a breeze. I am well prepared and I will come out with flying colors, etc. Both Tarini and Veer listened with great interest as Dadi explained the power of positive affirmations and how to formulate them in the present tense using short, simple and specific phrases. Then Tarini asked Dadi about setting goals and how they fit in with affirmations. Oh yes, set goals that reflect your deepest intent, Dadi said definitively. And make sure that you use specific, positive words to phrase them. Then carefully prepare your action plan to achieve them and leave no stone unturned to do so. But remember, if you want your efforts to be stress-free, then keep your focus steadily on the action in front of you without worrying about the result. Leave that to the universe to take care of. But Dadi, it is the results that I'm interested in, isn't it? Yes, darling. But note that the only control you have is over your own actions. You do not control the result, only your actions. Therefore, if what you're doing does not give you the result you want, then do something different till you're happy with what you get. I see. Tarini's eyes were shining with a new understanding. She resolved to put Dadi's advice into practice immediately. She started focusing steadfastly on her studies without letting her mind wander to the results. She formulated positive affirmations, repeated them several times a day. Her last thought when turning in every night was, I trust the universe to manifest my intentions, as Dadi had taught her to do, and then she slept peacefully through the night. When the results came out, she was amongst the toppers as always. But the best thing was that this time she had remained calm and relaxed throughout. Returning home after checking the results at school, she surprised Dadi by giving her a bear hug. You were right, Dadi. I used to create my own stress, but no more. I've learned a very good lesson. Thanks to you, stress is now a thing of the past, never to be revived, she laughed. Attagirl, Dadi's eyes twinkled as she beamed at Tarini. You deserve a treat for learning the lesson so well, she said, joining in the laughter. I agree, and I intend to do just that. Tarini joyfully planted a kiss on Dadi's cheek. I'm going to curl up in bed, put on my favorite music, and lose myself in the collection of O. Henry's short stories that I started reading yesterday. Can you think of a better treat than that? She asked rhetorically. Dadi knew that Tarini loved to read with the sound of soft music playing in the background. She agreed that it would be the most appropriate treat for Tarini at this time and watched proudly as her granddaughter skipped along to her room, humming a cheerful tune under her breath.